What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the online family? JamiroFan 2000 here with yet another episode of JamiroFan Talks About for the initiated of the series of nearly 9.5 years here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel. This has been my periodic discussion series looking at the past, present, and future of Jamiroquai and over 30 years of their musical making. And this is going to be an episode of JamiroFan Talks About discussing some more recent updates we have had here in the second week of October of 2025. The aforementioned, the band Jamiroquai is back in the studio doing rehearsals for their upcoming 15 tour date tour, the first tour salvo for Jamiroquai Album 9, optimistically, for the months of November through December of 2025. And we had some major updates, including a little gander at a little set list of what they were rehearsing in the studio. Now, as previously discussed here on many videos here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel, Jamiroquai have been doing very small baby steps of social media updates, mostly from Rob Harris of Jamiroquai, but as of today, we had an update from Derrick McKenzie himself of Jamiroquai in the studio working on the rehearsals for Album 9. And today's content that was uploaded was yet more another picture from Rob Harris, the guitarist of Jamiroquai, of his guitar pedals, getting certainly the workout during these very arduous rehearsal sessions for this impending first tour salvo of Heels of Steel 2025. Not to mention, we got a beautiful high-definition picture of Derrick McKenzie's drum set. But what's so key about this drum set is that we got a look at, if you look at the picture itself, and I will insert it in this video of JamiroFan Talks About right over here, but we got a look at the actual set list, or at least one of the early versions of the set list that Jamiroquai is rehearsing right now in the studio for. And the eagle-eyed members of the Jammy, you will see that in the picture in the middle left-hand corner of that drum set picture that was uploaded on Derrick McKenzie's perspective to Instagram today on October 12th of 2025. But here is that set list that apparently they are rehearsing, and this appears to be only an early version of the rehearsal set list. But starting from the top to bottom: Shake It On, Little L, Use the Force, Main Vein, All Right, Space Cowboy, Don't Give Hate a Chance, White Knuckle Ride, Corner of the Earth, Runaway, Cosmic Girl, Super Fresh, Traveling Not Moving, Canned Heat, and Love Philosophy, finishing off the tail end of that set list. Now, and I'm sure some members of the family are probably thinking to themselves, hey, where are the new Jamiroquai songs? Well, Jamiroquai in the past, at least when it in regards to rehearsal space and their process and procedure for rehearsals, Jamiroquai don't usually, or JK I should say, doesn't normally put the actual new songs on the set list written down, printed out, or even in the live arena, or even when they perform live while they're on the road. At least Jamiroquai's policy procedure when it comes to new songs, especially in the rehearsal space, that provisional set list goes through a lot of revisions. Now, I'll give you an example of what I mean by revisions. I did do a video a long time ago here on my channel about getting a handwritten set list gifted to me by Jamiroquai HQ's official management team, of a handwritten set list from JK from the Andalusia Festival back in 2022, which ironically was the last, which of course was the last tour date of the Automaton tour in the year of 2022. Or near that time, but anyway, enough of specificity. Anyway, the back of that set list did say version 4 on it. So this set list in particular for this rehearsal space did say version 2. So sometimes they do not write down the new songs that they are rehearsing. But like I said, in the rehearsal space and sometimes on the road when they're performing live, JK on a whim can sometimes motion to the band going, hey, let's play a new song. Or he usually can verbally prompt it on the mic when he's there in the live element, deciding to change the set list around and play something else. But that does not mean that the band does not rehearse those new music. So probably to keep the intrigue up on Jamiroquai Album 9, the names of new songs and everything, they don't usually write the new songs, especially at the beginning of a new world tour for a new album effort. They don't usually write the new songs on the set list. Now that's not entirely true. That is a bit of a gray area. Sometimes they do put new song titles, but sometimes they make them a little bit vague or misspell them or what have you. Because the only other time that they actually wrote down songs with different spellings or different variations of spelling is when they did funked up versions of some of the songs, starting specifically around the AFO tour and upwards on the latter album. So I'm sure there's going to be some new songs in there, and they are rehearsing them, but usually they don't put them on the set list, at least during rehearsals or even when they're on the road on tour. So that's just a cute little Easter egg for you to keep in mind 9 from now. But if you'd like to check out these 2 latest updates from Rob Harris and Derrick McKenzie of Jamiroquai, of them in the rehearsal space working on the rehearsal time for leading up to the beginning of Heels of Steel tour. I'll be sure to put links to both of those pieces of pictures that were shared by Rob Harris and, of course, Derrick McKenzie, respectively, on their respective Instagram accounts down in the description area that this episode of JamiroFan Talks About down below, so be sure to check those out. And if any more news comes out with any more major updates concerning maybe new song titles, the first single release, or the 9th Jamiroquai album, or the Heels of Steel tour, which we are only about, I'm going to say, 3 weeks out from the beginning of, start kicking off in the country of Spain at the beginning of November of 2025, sorry, I'm a little bit tired, then I will certainly be doing full team coverage here on JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel, on my social media, and of course on my Instagram, so I will keep bringing you all the latest news of anything concerning Jamiroquai Album 9's beginning, coming up here in the tail end of course, October into November of 2025. But as always, this is JamiroFan 2000. Thank you again for watching JamiroFan Talks About. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe and ding the bell on your YouTube to stay up to date on all the latest new content coming on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel, as we're weeks away from the beginning of the tour portion, the first touring salvo portion of Jamiroquai Album 9. And I'm sure we're going to be all in for some amazing, exciting times coming up here into the end of 2025 into 2026. But as always, this is JamiroFan 2000, and I'll see you again really soon with more Jamiroquai related content here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel. Bye bye, everybody. Take care. Thank you again all for the support throughout this year, and I'll see you around.